Hey, what's up guys, it's Correcty Fox, and today I'm going to be going over my pack. It's like around 30-ish vehicles that's used on the Nimitz of like varying types, and not just vehicles, maybe some are accessories like these tripods. And yeah, this is what I had to go through, building Nimitz. It's not just the carrier itself, you also got to build the little things inside of it. So here on the deck, you can put the vehicles right there, have a couple of them like the forklift, and all of that. And if you go inside the hangar, if you go all the way over here, we have a couple like the accessory vehicles, scattered around. You can add a bunch of them wherever you want to, just to make it more detailed, or you can just copy whatever I had. Though sometimes I do modify it, like putting on a diagonal. But especially here in the back, there is a ton of vehicles. And in real life, of course, it's not going to be touching each other, but in Minecraft, there won't be like a 1 meter gap between vehicles, so I have to kind of squish everything together, bumper to bumper, cutting off some stuff at the edge. And it was like really hard to get all of this, figured out. But just in case you want to build it, how I did it, here is what I have at least so far. And then here I bought, these are also supposed to be tripods, but then they put like nets around it. So yeah, let's go over all of them. And this is not exactly a tutorial. I'm just gonna show you like what it looks like, and maybe I'll chop it up because it's gonna be like really small build, So first of all, we have the B4 maintenance platform. This can actually extend upwards like this. So yeah, this is pretty much the whole build. And then this is one like the regular on the floor one. So yeah, here's what it looks like. It's a bunch of end rods. And then next up we have the tripods. There are aircraft jacks for jacking up the aircraft. So here's a small one, and here's a medium-sized one, and then here's the ultra-large one for like the E2 Hawkeye. Alright, then the next row, here we have the B1 maintenance platform, and this can also extend up like this. So for this design, since it'll probably be a little bit complicated, I'm gonna like cut off the top of it just to show you guys like the first layer. This is what it looks like at the bottom. And then let me undo that. And then the next layer will be looking like this. And of course the last layer looks like this. And actually there's another layer with like carpets here in the front. Alright, and then for this building up one, here's how it looks like at the bottom. And then we'll put in some smooth quartz slabs and fence gates and end rods all the way up here to the top. And then here we have a deck tractor. Now this is like an old version of it, so that's not really used anymore. So just in case you want to build it, here's what it looks like. But yeah, currently the Nimitz doesn't use this, and using end dragon heads inside here. And these snow layers, they're like 2 layers tall right there in the front. Alright, the next row is going to be the fire truck, or the fire engine. This is used for, shipboard fires. They always have this out on the deck for emergencies. Here's how it looks like around. And again, I'm going to show you a cutaway top layer so you can see the bottom. Here is what the bottom looks like underneath. Then here is the next layer of it. And then here is the last layer on top. It's a bunch of stuff. Alright, the next build is going to be this thing, and I don't even know what it is, so I guess I didn't label it, but basically it has like these hoses at the top of it. And one key characteristic of this is like the wheels. They have different colors for some reason. That's an easy way you can tell, like in real life, if you see this, it has 2 different rim colors. And the bottom, this is what it looks like. And the rest of it should be self-explanatory. There's an iron block here in the front. Alright. Then the next build is going to be the GGJF. Now there's a bunch of these smaller vehicles. They all sort of look the same, but this one, you can tell it's that because it has like this little white bump here in the middle. It's going to be snow layer 3 blocks, or 3 layers tall. Here's how it looks like around. We're using the steer wheels. And then these are supposed to be like some kind of hose. And then here we have the unknown. Yeah, I don't know what all these are called, but here it is. There's some stairs like cornered around. Looks like this. And pressure plate on top. This one also doesn't have like stuff between the wheels, so that is actually blank. Compared to the other ones, there's something there. Alright, so the next layer is going to be the Spotting Dolly. This is a towing tractor if you want to, you know, move around aircraft. This is what you use, and I did use a debug stick for this stairs, but if you can't, you just put a stairs like that right there. And then it's going to be snow layer. This is going to be 7 layers tall. Here's how it looks like around this, and this is actually like the seat, you know, the operator sits in. So he'll be sitting like this, and then I guess this is like the controls or something. Alright, the next one is going to be the hydraulic power supply HPS, and it's like a GGJE. Yeah, this one's pretty common, so whenever you see this, it's probably this one. I see this a lot on the ship. Here's how it looks like. And then here we have the static frequency converter. Like, I don't even know what that means, but it's like a longer box. Let's see, 4 blocks long, while the other one's 3 blocks long. Take a look at that around, and there are fence gates in the middle of this. Pressure plate on top. The next one is going to be the GRAL mobile load bank, and I believe it's like a testing thing to like test the other things. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's really long, like 5 blocks long, like this. And yeah, here's what it looks like. Alright, the next layer is going to be this thing. It's nitrogen servicing unit. So it kind of has like these tanks here in the back. It's a trailer. That's what it looks like around. And just in case you want to see just the bottom layer by itself, let me delete that. So here's what the bottom layer looks like. And then the layer on top, bam, like that. And there's like carpet right here just to cover this thing up. Alright, then the next one is going to be the Shipboard variant air conditioner. So you can really tell this one apart because it has like this, you know, diagonal shape here in the front. It's kind of cut in like that. And yeah, here's how it looks like around. And for the bottom layer, again, I'll show you what it looks like. So bam, this is what the bottom looks like. And then you build this on top of it. Then the next vehicle, we have a jet engine tester, and this is where they test the engines for like the FA-18. They put it in here, and then they will, yeah, test the engines, and you're gonna find this inside the jet shop. I might just like show this in the actual tutorial how to build it. So building everything in here. All right, and then if you want to see bottom layer, here's how it looks like. It's just like these two with like 4 blocks of space between these axles. The next layer is gonna be this. Like stairs and then polished blacksand slabs, trapdoor and signs. The layer after that looks like this with like the giant ball here in the front. Buttons all around for the frame. Bit of smooth quartz, fences, and then the last layer will be like that. Alright, so next build is going to be the deck tractor. Now you'll find these quite a lot. Now there's actually like 2 variants of them. One's like this, and the other one has an attachment in the back. So if you see this extra box right here, you'll put this in the back of that. So yeah, so yeah, this is what it looks like. It's 2 blocks tall. So you want to see what's at the bottom layer, we can do that like that. It's like this cracked deep slate tiles. Bam. Then for this one, yeah, just extra stuff here in the back, and then this one has signs around the edges. Alright, then the next one is going to be this long holder rails. I say long because there's like another one where it's short like this. Now, this is going to be like these axles, 4 blocks of space between it, and then yeah, smooth quartz and polished tough slabs. So I actually don't have a really good picture of what this looks like. I just saw it in the background, so I don't even know if this is like super accurate or anything. I just built it. But the next one's also unknown. Like, I don't know what this is. I just saw it, like, part of it, so this is what I built, you know, based on what I saw. So yeah, I don't know what this is, but you can put this in the back. And then the next one, this one is actually like a cleaning unit. It's called the MCRRS, or Mobile Cleaning Recovery Recycle System. So it's kind of like a deck washer. It's a big yellow truck. Take a look at that. And then here's the driver's seat. And then this is going to be like a big hose. And then this part actually goes down when it's washing. And I'm going to show you what it looks like on the bottom layer. So here is what the bottom layer looks like. Then here is what the next layer looks like. These are supposed to be headlights in the front, just red and blue. Round, and then the last layer, it will look like this. So I use debug stick to make these steers, you know, face each other like that. That's what it looks like. Alright, the next one's going to be the holder rails. This is a short version of it, and yeah, pretty simple design. This is also really simple, but it's necessary. It's a tow bar. So attached to the aircraft to tow them around. These kind of divided, and then here's like the long one. It's like 7 blocks long, just 5. These pale oak trapdoors in the middle. And here we have the fuel tank holder. So this is by itself, and then here's what the actual fuel tank. Yeah, that's the design I pretty much came up with. Alright, and then next up we have this one. This is the MHU-191M Munitions Transporter. So this is basically what carries around the missile. So here's like the handle of it. This one's laid down, and then these are the wheels. And then this is what the handle up, and they put like a rack on it. So this is a rack. You put like missiles on it like this one, and these are going to be some the AMRAAM basically training missiles like that. Real basic design. But then next up, I don't know what this is. It's some kind of holder, and I've seen a couple different variations of it, so I'm not exactly sure about it. But yeah, here's what it looks like. And yeah, that is all like 30-ish vehicles or builds for the USS Theodore Roosevelt, and it'll also be the next Arsenal update where I have a bunch of these vehicles along with the updated Tilly crane that'll be up for download real soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.